Hey guys, Nick Kellar, Greg Brock, Atlas Premier Realty, doing another video blog. Actually, we're going to do another business spotlight today with a good friend, past client, great supporter of Atlas, Nichole McVicker. So, just jump right into it. What is it that you do? What do you specialize in?
So, I'm a travel agent with LBAC Travel, and I help people plan their dream vacations.
So, you also specialize in with specifically travel?
Yes,
okay.
Definitely special needs travel. I'm glad you brought that up. My son has a disability and is in a wheelchair, so I've kind of been forced to become an expert on that section of travel, and it really is very different once you travel outside of the US. The accommodations for people in wheelchairs in the Dominican Republic or in Jamaica are still very, very far behind what we consider to be handicap accessible here. So I work with people to try and find the best resorts to fit their family's needs.
Working through that challenge, yeah.
It's definitely difficult. So.
Okay.
And it doesn't even have to be, being in a wheelchair. It could be they have a food allergy. That's something big, and that a lot of resorts are really paying a lot of attention to, is having available resources for people that have severe food allergies too.
Why did you decide to help people with their travel, become a travel agent?
So I love to travel, and I think that friends of mine saw the passion that I had for travel, and I was actually approached to become a travel agent and given the opportunity. I started about a year and a half ago. One of the things I'm doing right now is with my 8-year-old daughter, we are currently in the midst of visiting all 50 states in the US. So I really believe that that is a huge benefit to her and to children to just get out there and see what else is out there in the world and have that experience. So
how many states have you hit so far?
26.
Wow.
Half of.
So yeah.
You're almost there.
Yeah.
So and I'm a big believer of traveling with your children too. It's just a great experience. But I know that one of the challenges when I talk to other people about that is the money aspect of it or the time aspect of it. But you've been very vocal about being able to set a budget and plan in advance so that everybody can travel.
Sure.
That seems to be something that you're specializing in as well.
Yes, definitely. I am a huge proponent of planning ahead. So I've planned trips into 2020 for people already.
Wow.
And especially if you know you're going to be on a strict budget, the best thing to do is start planning ahead. And then we can figure out the cost of your trip and break it down monthly so that you can make payments that suit your budget, and we can find something that will work for you so that you have time to do so.
Most people, I feel like, that maybe have thought that there was a bit of a death of the travel agent, but it seems like recently, maybe it's just me, but it feels like you guys in general, travel agents, have had a huge resurgence. Why do you think that is?
I think people don't have as much time as they used to before, so that's one thing. I am is a huge time saver to people.
Sure.
If you have a question, you can shoot me a text or send me an email and have a response fairly quickly, as opposed to booking through a search engine like Expedia and you have a question and you sit on hold for an hour trying to get a hold of someone who sits in a call center who really has no personal experience visiting Disney or Sandals in the Bahamas or wherever else you happen to be going. And in my office, I work with about 35 other agents. And if I haven't been there myself, there's probably somebody in my office who has firsthand experience at that resort that you want to see. So having that personal experience is a huge benefit to people. And I think people are realizing that they can go on Expedia and book it and just be a number in their database, or they can have personalized service with me, and I can really tailor their vacation to fit their exact needs and specifications of their family.
So one other thing that I didn't realize until I started working with you was that it doesn't cost anybody anything, right?
Awesome point.
Yeah.
So no, it does not. You as the traveler, it does not cost you anything additional to use me as your travel agent. If you book with me, you'll pay what you see online and sometimes even less.
Wow.
And I will monitor your reservation if discounts come up. So if you're sailing with Carnival and you book a $2,000 cruise, but then 2 weeks later it's $200 cheaper, most of the time I can have that $200 credited back to your account. So I continue to monitor that throughout in between when you book and when you actually go on your vacation. And
That's
a
awesome.
lot of times, even if it's the same price as online, I can still provide you some extra value and just my service and expertise.
So you set up like excursions and reservations.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the accommodations to get there and where you're staying and all of that.
So
and monitoring.
airport transfers, everything. So You know, it really is full service from the time you set foot in the airport until to leave until the time you come back. I'll have everything lined up just exactly the way you want it.
So you've obviously done a lot of travel yourself and helped a lot of other people travel. What are some cool tips or a cool tip for traveling right now?
So one thing is that people, I think, wait a lot of times because they think that there's going to be last minute deals. I think that's a common misconception. It's really usually quite the opposite. When you book early, you tend to save the most amount of money. So booking early is definitely number one for me too. And that goes with everything. You know, like I said earlier, that we can still apply those sale prices to you later on. So waiting to see if a sale comes out isn't necessarily always the best way to attack that. So book early, always book early.
Sweet.
I usually hear a lot of people booking late, so
Yeah.
So how will people get in touch with you if they want to make inquiry or maybe set up a plan or just talk to you in general?
Sure, you can reach me on my cell phone. It's 410-982-1806. Or you can also contact me by email. It's Nichole, which is Nichole at LBAC Travel, and also on Instagram at Travel with Nichole.
Sweet.
Awesome. This was very informative. Always good seeing you. Appreciate you coming in and sharing what you do. And as always, if you guys have any questions about what she does or how to get a hold of her, you can reach out to Greg or I. Greg's using it right now. And as always, if there's anything we can do for you, we'd be happy to hear from you and appreciate the support. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.